In a kingdom nestled among rolling hills and whispering forests, a ruler sat upon a throne carved from ancient oak, his heart heavy with the burdens of leadership. This king, known for his gentle disposition, abhorred conflict and bloodshed. His reign was marked by kindness, a desire to foster peace among his people. Yet this very gentleness became his Achilles' heel. Advisors schemed behind his back, nobles exploited his leniency, and even common folk whispered of his softness, mistaking it for weakness. The kingdom teetered on the edge of chaos, not from war, but from the erosion of respect for a ruler too mild to command fear. One twilight, the king, cloaked in a simple robe to avoid recognition, sought the counsel of a revered sage who dwelt in a modest hut at the forest's edge. The sage, with eyes like polished amber, and a presence that seemed to hum with the wisdom of ages, welcomed the king. The ruler poured out his troubles, how his benevolence invited manipulation, how his aversion to harshness left him vulnerable. He yearned to remain compassionate yet rule effectively, to embody kindness without being trampled by those who mistook it for fragility. The sage, stroking a flowing beard, leaned back and began a tale, one woven from the threads of nature and human folly, a fable to illuminate the path forward. Long ago, in a village cradled by fields and streams, a serpent made its home beneath the gnarled roots of an ancient tree. This creature was no ordinary reptile. Its scales gleamed like polished obsidian, and its eyes burned with a fierce intelligence. But its reputation was one of terror. The serpent struck swiftly at any who ventured too close, its venom a swift harbinger of death. Villagers learned to avoid the path near the tree, their hearts pounding with dread at the mere rustle of leaves. Mothers warned children to steer clear, and travelers took longer routes to bypass the serpent's domain. Fear ruled the land around that solitary tree. One day, the village elder, a figure of quiet authority with a heart attuned to harmony, passed by the tree. Unlike others, he did not cower. Instead, he paused, gazing at the serpent coiled in the shadows. Sensing a spark of potential within the creature, he approached, unafraid. He spoke no words, but his presence carried a message of peace, a silent urging for the serpent to abandon its vicious ways. The serpent, perhaps weary of its own solitude or moved by the elder's calm resolve, felt a shift within. It vowed to change, to forsake its venomous strikes and live in tranquility. From that day, the serpent ceased its attacks, allowing travelers to pass unharmed. Word spread quickly. The once dreaded serpent no longer bared its fangs. Villagers, emboldened by this change, grew curious. Children, once forbidden from nearing the tree, crept closer, their courage fueled by the serpent's newfound docility. But curiosity soon turned to cruelty. Boys hurled stones, watching with glee as they struck the serpent's scales. Men poked at it with sticks, testing its passivity. Women, once fearful, now scoffed at the creature's stillness. The serpent, true to its vow, endured the abuse without retaliation. Its body grew bruised, its scales dulled, and its spirit weakened. The tree, once a fortress, became a stage for its suffering. Months later, the elder returned to the tree, his steps slow but purposeful. He found the serpent a shadow of its former self, wounded, emaciated, its eyes dim with pain. The creature's gaze met the elder's, and in that silent exchange, there was a flicker of betrayal. The serpent had followed the elder's guidance, abandoning its ferocity, yet now it lay broken, mocked by those it had spared. The elder, his face softening with understanding, knelt beside the serpent. He saw the truth. The serpent had misunderstood the essence of peace. The elder had urged it to stop harming others, not to abandon its strength. With a gentle gesture, he encouraged the serpent to rise, to flare its hood, not to strike, but to remind the world of its power. The serpent, though weakened, heeded the elder's wisdom. The next day, when a group of youths approached with stones in hand, the serpent reared up, its hood spreading wide, its eyes blazing with a quiet ferocity. No venom was needed, no strike delivered. The mere sight of its poised strength sent the youth scrambling back, their laughter replaced by awe. From that day, the villagers' taunts ceased. They passed the tree with respect, not fear, recognizing the serpent's power tempered by restraint. The serpent, in turn, found peace, not in passivity, but in the balance of compassion and resolve. Its scales regained their sheen, and the tree became a symbol of harmony, not terror. The sage fell silent, his tale complete. The king sat still, the story sinking into his soul. He saw himself in the serpent, his kindness a strength that had been misapplied. The elder's wisdom illuminated his path. Benevolence did not mean weakness, nor did peace require surrender. The king returned to his palace, his heart lighter but his resolve firmer. He began to rule with a new clarity. He listened to his people, offered mercy where it was warranted, but met deceit with unwavering firmness. Advisors who once schemed found their plans thwarted by his quiet authority. Nobles who tested his patience faced consequences delivered with calm precision. The kingdom flourished, not because the king had abandoned his kindness, but because he had learned to wield it with wisdom. The lesson was clear, etched into the king's mind as vividly as the serpent's tail. Kindness was a flame to be nurtured, not a weakness to be exploited. To live with compassion required not just a gentle heart, but a discerning mind. One could remain peaceful within, yet project strength without. The king embraced this balance, his reign a testament to the power of goodness tempered by shrewdness. He protected his heart's tranquility while ensuring his authority was unquestioned. And so the kingdom thrived, a beacon of hope where kindness ruled not as a flaw, but as a force, resilient, wise, and unyielding.